Thank you for watching In Any Arena. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into it. Padres get their guy, Juan Soto, to the Padres. They got a new big three. You got Fernando Tatis Jr., who's going to be coming back from injury very soon, about to start, I think, a stint in Double A before he comes back up to the majors, kind of his rehab stint. You got Manny Machado, who's been showing up big for San Diego, and now you've got Juan Soto. So you got a team that I believe is already positioned in the NL wild card. Already was going to be, someone to be reckoned with when it comes to the playoffs. And now the National League has to be on notice because they got their big three. Now we did see a couple weeks ago Juan Soto turned down a big deal from his team, the Washington Nationals. Now he's with the Padres. I think it was all about winning for him, and he'll worry about a big deal down the road. I know it's not quite finalized, but just from your vantage point, what are you thinking about this deal, Carrick, and what do you think this could mean for my Yankees championship hopes?
I know for me, like I said, I mentioned this in a prior video. I'm not an avid follower of the sport of baseball, and
Sure.
so when I saw this come across my timeline on Instagram, I immediately looked at my DMs and I saw that you had already sent me a photo of this not pairing, but these three guys, and so I was like, okay, what does this mean in basketball terms? So I asked you, what does this mean in basketball terms? Is this like a LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade? You said, not quite.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't.
solid big three. I would I would say it's the equivalency of DeMar DeRozan, Levine, and Ball. I said, okay, they're pretty
Yeah,
decent. They could be. They're contenders. They're not pretenders. They're contenders, but they may top off, maybe the second round of playoffs. So I really don't have a lot of insight to share on this trade because I'm not an
yeah.
avid baseball follower. So I'm gonna have to
So
turn it back over to you, JT,
yeah,
so you can
so
give your insight.
So I would say that might even be doing a disservice saying they're Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach Levine. This might be more of a situation when you look at age and you look at where some of these guys are. This might be more of a Durant, a Westbrook, and a Harden in
Mm,
OKC. Um, you got Manny Machado, who for years showed up big for the Orioles, and was a big time player. And you even, one of the big things is not really pointed out in the trade because it's overshadowed by Juan Soto is that they also got first baseman Josh Bell. And Bell, has been big time this season as well. I think he, has batted, high in OPS. He's been, just an overall big time player. His numbers are better than the Padres first baseman that they traded away, I believe, to the Braves earlier this week in a related trade. So I think this really puts the Padres in a situation where they can contend for a National League pennant. Um, I think the Dodgers, of course, who sit at the top of the NL West, are still the team to beat. The Dodgers have looked just as good as the Yankees on the AL side in terms of NL teams. Excuse me. They look just as good as the Yankees. I've always felt like it was going to be a Yankees Dodgers World Series, which would be historic on many fronts, and just what I would love to see anyway. I think that would be the most competitive World Series. But now, they've got a division foe who's 12 games back that could potentially wreak havoc as we've still got a long stretch of the season to go. So I think at minimum, they secure the wild card. They're going to be a wild
okay.
card team because they already are, even without Juan Soto. But now you've got a situation where it's putting pressure on the Dodgers to watch the Padres coming on their heels, and they could actually make a run for it with Fernando Tatis, who's missed the whole season so far. I think he had a broken wrist. So he's going to be coming back at the right time. They've held it together for this long, and now they're adding a huge bat and a huge arm in the outfield in Juan Soto. So this could spell trouble for the rest of the NL West and the rest of the National League in general.
Okay. And all you need is just opportunity. In any
That's
sport,
all you
all you need is
need.
opportunity to make it to the big dance. And so once they get in there, with everyone hopefully fully healthy, they can make a run for it. But to your point, you're a Yankees guy. I mean, the Dodgers won the World Series what 2 years ago. So for the Dodgers to be in this position again, being the top top team to beat, I think that's pretty cool because they're showing a level of consistency, and that's what Dodger fans are. I like their fans. Like they
Yeah,
follow the
they're
team.
consistent.
They're pretty consistent. They're not
Yeah.
annoying.
They're
So I
not
think
fair weather.
exactly, exactly. So I think it would be a really good matchup, Yankees versus Dodgers for the World Series. But again, this right here shakes up the marketplace, if you want to call it the marketplace, but it shakes up everything in baseball right now. And I think teams should be on watch for these three guys. So good luck to the Padres for the rest of the season.